My brothers and sisters, I've seen this very sad news that actually came out 5 months ago. It is very sad, and I'm wondering what our leaders are thinking. I'm wondering what are they thinking in their mind, making actions like this. The people that are going to suffer because of this are us and our kids. We're going to be living here longer than them. They're the ones who are going to be affected with these decisions. It kind of feel like most of the decisions our leader makes, they just make it for right now. They want to get easy money. They want to fulfill their promises. I think leadership is not just about fulfilling your promises that you gave during campaign for your presidency or regime. I think great leaders are concerned about the next generation. If the actions that you're making today are going to affect the generations to come, then you would rather not make those decisions because it's not good for your people. But I think a lot of our leaders are simply concerned about the term that they're on a regime without considering the coming generation. So most of the decisions that they're making right now, they are not sustainable in a long period of time. So there's a scramble for Africa. We've spoken about China and Turkey, coming to Africa, but now, which started a while ago, it's UAE, United Arab Emirates. And it is quite scary because you guys, that before colonialism, there was slave trade. And I know some of you will start telling me that you're victimizing yourself. No, I want us to remember the history and to look at what is happening right now in the context of history, because we have a history that we should never ignore. What Arabs did to Africa during slave trade, these atrocities, we don't really talk about them. We just based on what Western did. But what actually Arabs did, it was not humanity. All right, it was not like that. And I don't have time to go through that. You need to go and to read the story to see what they've actually did to our people. And these are the same people that we cut these deals with right now. Let me be very clear. I'm not here to promote the hatred towards Arab people. I don't have any hatred toward them. In fact, I love them. But I'm here to talk about the policies and the deals that the country cut with them, thinking that is better for right now without considering about the future of our generations. This deal could be able to cut with them. I mean, we could cut with them, but not like the way we are doing right now. So here these are. This is an article that has been written by The Guardian called "The New Scramble for Africa: How UAE Sheikh Quietly Made Carbon Deals for Forests Bigger Than UK." So Sheikh Ahmed is actually the chairman of the company called Blue Carbon. And what he did is this: he cut deals secretly, actually, with some of the African countries to own some of the forest in different countries. For instance, they are owning right now, UAE is owning 10% of Liberia's forest, 10% of Zambia's forest, cover a 50 of Zimbabwe. Okay, 50% of Zimbabwe. Oh my God, 50. Dang. And 8% of Tanzania, but also some of the millions of hectares of forest in Kenya. They did not even mention the numbers. And all of these region, it's actually the size of UK in Africa. So basically means UAE is owning the land, portion piece of land that is size of UK in the continent, including my own country. Let me just say this before saying anything. This is a bad deal. This is the bad deal, and I don't know why our leaders signed up for this. I don't know how our leaders sold this part of our land to them. I don't know why. This is a bad deal. This is what happens basically. So it doesn't matter if they're going to own this land for 30 years or 40 years. If that place has trees of everything, that means they own everything for the next 30 years. It means people who are actually located there, first of all, they're going to need to be dislocated somewhere. Imagine there's other people who have been born there, they grew up there, but now they have to be reallocated to another place. That's first thing. Second, you're not going to be allowed to do anything in that land because that land is not yours for the next 30, 40, whatever years that they've signed for. So basically means you have the UAE colony in Africa. Why is the new scramble for Africa? Because this is the same thing that they did. Those guys, when they sent governors and everything, they were actually owning our countries while they're still in Europe. So right now you have UAE who is owning the land size of UK in the continent, and they're still moving forward. Guys, 80% of the country, 10%, 50%, and millions of hectares in Kenya and all these different countries, man, it's not a joke. But why do they do that? Okay, there's this thing about climate change right now, all right, and the world is actually, there was this one thing called a Paris Agreement that was actually done a while ago, that all these countries that are developing, they have to make sure that they reduce actually the damage that they do to the atmosphere, right? So when you look at Africa constitutes only 4% of world pollution, of air pollution in the world. Basically, Africa, it doesn't do anything, it does nothing. And when you come to Africa, you find a lot of forests, you find a lot of trees, which actually is money, because we are in the period of climate change, and the world is emphasizing on keeping the environment, and where we're going, everything is being emphasized to use green. So the trees that we see, the forest that we see is actually an opportunity of making money in the near future. This is the investment that Africa, we do have. God has promised us with. God has blessed us with it. Just like natural resources, man, gold, diamond, oil, and everything we see, uranium. Man, these things are not really benefiting Africa because we did not think about 20 years or 50 years to come. Today, Africans, we're struggling. While we have all these memories, look at Congo, what they're struggling. And they have everything. Why? Because of the bad deals that old leaders make. Today, our leaders are still making the same decision to selling portion of our lands, of our forest, to UAE for 40, 30, and plus years. Some of them we don't even know. Not only selling, but we don't even know. These are not things that they go around the street and ask the people, can we do this? They don't ask it. They don't ask. They just sell it anyhow. And some of us, for me, I found this article today. Me, imagine. Some of you guys, perhaps you're finding it from me. What about those people who don't read these articles? Where are they going to find it? Because even our medias don't talk about this. They say it's government initiative, it's supporting government. No. We need to question things like this because we don't have any ownership into this land for however long that we're going to spend. Man, how can you make this kind of decision? You guys cannot cut a deal that does not include them buying land. Where have you seen Africans borrowing or owning the land outside of the continent? Where have you seen that? Perhaps only leaders doing that because they have money to afford land in the UK and the USA or to buy houses. But Africa as the continent, where do we own land? Do you know the best investment in the world today is land? That is the best investment. Forget about cryptocurrency, forget about anything. I'm not saying you guys should not invest in that, but the best investment is land, because land always increases in price. And selling this, you're not just selling land, you're actually selling forest. That means they can do whatever they want to do with that forest. That it's going to lead to more damage of the climate change in the continent in Africa. And you know why they use that? They keep developing their countries. They do nothing about it, but they come to destroy the continent that only constitutes 4% of the world pollution, air pollution. Guys, I do not understand what our leaders are thinking. It's not just about making money. It's not just about making cash. We don't need money because what we have in our land is more expensive than the paper money that you guys are making. These deals, these are business deals that you keep talking about them all the time, that we've made this deal, we've made. No, we are selling our countries. What do we expect is going to happen to our next generation, the next kids? What do we expect is going to happen? Great leaders are concerned about the next generation and not the next election. You guys, when you make this decision, you have to think about the next generations. Why selling our land? Man, these guys are owning This is from The Guardian. This is this trusted paper, the trusted magazine. Guys, the size of UK, and it's gonna go on and on. As a result, many will find the half of Africa is owned by them. Then where Africans are we going to run to? Because when you go to UAE, a lot of our people are being mistreated there. You guys, we've made a lot of news here. We're not respected. Today we're selling our land. Our people cannot even own land in some of our countries, and yet we're selling our land to them. And what kind of evil mentality is this? How are we living in man? Guys, I don't understand. No, I don't understand, man. Please help us understand. I'm not the only one questioning. I'm actually here representing thousands and millions of Africans who have the same questions. I'm here because of them. Help us understand. Why selling our land? We can do actually a lot of things with this land. We can actually just leave those forests. Because today in our country, we see the floods that are happening in Kenya and in Tanzania. Hundreds of people have been killed because of the climate change. Yet we are selling our forests. More than 50%, 80%, 90%. Man, what are we thinking? Why have we got here? Why are we doing reckless decisions like this? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to understand that this is the land that God has blessed us with and we must protect with everything we got? When are we going to get that in our brain, in our mind? Man, I'm not against the development decisions and moves that our leaders are making. But I'm against the reckless decisions that are jeopardizing the future of our generations. Man, we see our people, how they're being treated in the continent when they're working for these people. And today you're giving them the ownership of the land. I don't care how much is that. I will tell you this, that land is actually worth much more than the money that you sold with. Do you understand that? Because those guys now, they're owning land. If you wanna cancel that contract, you know how much you're gonna need to pay. They're owning the land. If you keep that land, it never depreciates. The value of the land always increases. Man, when you give somebody the ownership of the land, they own you because it's the land. Man, it's the land. You know, you could own a house, but if the land is mine, it means your house is mine as well. That is the best. Even in the scriptures, you know what God did the first time? He actually gave the land to Adam so that he could cultivate and protect it. That was the very first task God has given to a man after he created him. He gave him a land to cultivate, to own it, and to protect it. But what are we doing? We're not cultivating, we're giving it to other people. What do we expect? Do we think wealth is going to come to Africa? No, because of this reckless decision we make. These are just simple facts, man. The land must be owned by the people in that land. If they're coming to do any contract, yes, don't let them own the land because this is our land. Do business partnership, do all those kind of things. I'm not against that, but owning the land is owning your country. If you give 80% of your forest to UAE, perhaps tomorrow Americans will come. How much percent? Perhaps UK, they will come. I mean, Europeans will come. How much percent are you going to give to them? And as a result, we're selling our countries. How much percent are we going to own by ourselves? Guys, I'm going to talk a lot about this because I'm going to need to come to read the entire this article. But for now, I just want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Again, I'm not against the development projects, but I'm against selling our countries. It's as simple as that.